Okay, my hinges broke the chassis and I've taken it apart. There's many videos how to take it apart. I tried to repair it with JB Weld and it's still not working because this hinge is just too tight and it's lifting the little nuts out of the sockets that I glue in. At this point, I've really damaged this. I'll have to fix that somehow, but here's how to avoid the problem. Also, how to make your hinges looser to avoid the problem. So first off, I didn't realize this, but even with the laptop fully assembled, you might be able to pull this wire loose out of the little oval capsule. And you might need actually to take it off. No, wait, I did this. Okay, you can bend the hinge. Pull the hinge out, and there's a screw in there. You can barely see it from this angle. Get yourself a jeweler's screwdriver. It's in the middle here. And you can loosen that screw, and it will loosen the hinge so you're not breaking your laptop hinge chassis. Let me show you on one I've already taken apart. I had to take apart the screen to get to this one to show you, but let's see. Okay, so in the middle of this, right here, let's see, is this screw right there. And if you loosen that, you can make this very loose. This is super loose. And one thing is, there's a gear inside. Let me take this apart. If you can pull this off, it's not necessary in my case because it was pretty lubricated and the screw loosened the hinge, but man, it's hard this time. We just keep pulling this. I don't know why this is hard to pull off this time. Anyway, I pulled this off, and let me do it off camera. I can't actually get it off anymore. I don't know why. But inside, there's a little gear in the middle, and these are on an axle that is threaded to that gear, like a worm gear. So they move in lockstep. It's not like you can move this one independently because it needs to be at a certain angle at a certain time for the laptop to turn into a notebook. And that's what the inside of this thing does. And you could squirt WD-40 in here. It's directly accessible to the gears. It might drip out a lot. So you'd want to set it upside down, let it drain. But maybe WD-40 is not actually a lubricant. You probably want to use silicone grease or something. So now that it's looser, it's not going to put so much strain on this laptop chassis here and bust out these threaded inserts that are heat pressed in here. This is the worst design ever. They pop out so easily, and I don't know why Dell did this. So anyway, I had to take apart my screen. You pry this off all the way around. There's lots of videos on that. And what else? The reason you have to take the screen off is to get this whole oval thing off of the two metal pieces. But like I said, there's a screw in the middle. If you can just pull this wire out, see these little retainers, this little notch here and this notch here, the gray notches, those keep the wire in place. And if you pull the wire out, you can access that Phillips screw in the middle right there and unloosen it or loosen it. And then I don't know what I'm going to do about these two chassis points that broke off. JB Weld just didn't hold the little threaded inserts in there. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to just make the hinges super loose and actually, I don't know, either just wire it right through the bottom. I drill some holes through the top. something to be able to use this laptop some more, because it's a good laptop. Hinges are the Achilles heel though. So here's the other side with the screen removed. Screen's over there. But here I took the hinge off. It mounts onto here. Here's the 3 screws you have to remove. Mine's not glued. I've heard other people's metal is glued. But once you take that off, this whole thing lifts out. And you get this for the other side. On the other side it's mounted like this. So the wires go in here and out there. They're just held in by this. So it is possible to wedge a screwdriver in here even with the wires, but you do have to bend the wires a lot. But there's the screw again.